Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching the Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm bringing to you my spoiler-free review of The Shades of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab, which is an adult fantasy series. The three books inside the series are A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows, and A Conjuring of Light. Now, this is not the first series that I've read by V.E. Schwab. I've read 6 of her books before this series, and of those 6 books, 3 books belong to a single series, which is the Cassidy Blake series, and it is a middle grade series by the author. This is the first adult series that I've read written by her, and I should say that I enjoyed it quite a lot. So without any further ado, let's get into the various parts of the review right away. Starting with the plot, we follow our main character Kel, who travels across 4 different kinds of Londons, because in this series we have 4 different kinds of worlds, and based on the color or the amount of magic inside each and every world, we have White London, Grey London, Black London and Red London. Of these 4 Londons, Kel belongs to Red London, where magic flourishes, and almost each and every person inside the world has magic that they can use for some purpose or the other, and the magic that we see here is of the elemental kind. In Grey London, magic is respected and longed for because it is not present to such a great extent inside Grey London. In White London, magic has become a lot more powerful than the human beings there, and so it has taken over the mind of the human beings, and the world there is dominated by magic. And at last we have Black London, which has consumed the entirety of the world itself, hence it is called Black London. Now Kel is an Antarai who is a magician that can work with blood, and because of this ability he can travel in between all these 4 different worlds, and using this he also smuggles some different stuff between the worlds. And the second character whom we follow here is Lila, who is a thief in Grey London, and because of some things that happen, the parts of Kel as well as Lila get intertwined, and because of this Lila also ends up getting into Red London, which is not correct according to the laws of this series, and from then on our story just grows huger and huger. Now talking about the main characters inside the series, as I said before, we have Kel and Lila. Kel is one of the Antarai inside Red London, and the ability of Kel is to use blood magic, and because of this he can travel in between worlds. Kel is not the only Antarai who's available inside the series. Apart from him, we also have Holland, who's another Antarai, and his motives are a bit more negative compared to Kel, and because of this he does not find it difficult to kill people and get what he wants. Then we have Lila, who's a thief by choice, and that is kind of a profession throughout the series from the first book until the last. And I should say that the first book is kind of dedicated for Kel, the second book for Lila, and the third book for another character inside the series whom I'll not be revealing anything about. Apart from these 3 main characters, we also have various different main characters from Red London alone. We have the King Maxim, the Queen Emira, the Crown Prince Rai, who's also kind of the brother of Kel because Kel has been adopted by the King and Queen in Red London. We also have this privateer named Alucard and this priest named Piran, and all of these characters play really important roles throughout the series. Apart from these main characters in Red London, we also have 2 main characters from White London who are the King and Queen of that world. The King is Athos and the Queen is Astrid. They have really huge magical powers because of which they dominate all the other people inside White London. So it's kind of a tyrannical rule when it comes to White London as a whole. Moving on to the world building, which is my most favorite part when it comes to this series. I think the author has done a great job of exploring this huge world, which she just teases to us in the first book and later on builds with a larger scope in the second and third books. Most of the books actually takes place only inside Red London, but having said that, there are also various other parts of the world and parts of the worlds that are explored well by the author here. For example, there is a way in which all these 4 Londons are stacked one on top of each other, so that you cannot travel from one London into another London just as you wish. For example, if there is White London at the bottom, on top of which there is Black London, Grey London and then Red London, you cannot travel from Red London to Black London just like that. You'll have to move from Red London to Grey London first, and from Grey London you'll have to move to Black London. There are various different things just like this which I said right now that are done by the author really well here, which make the magic system and the world building a lot more complex and hard in its tone. The magic is also something which I enjoyed throughout the series. Okay, there's this kind of elemental magic system that is used by the author in this one, based on which all the characters whom we see here that possess magic can control one or more of 4 elements that are present inside this world. The magnitude or extent to which they can use the powers based on the elements is also limited for each and every person. It depends upon the amount of magic or the strength of magic that is mastered by each and every person here. It's not like one person who can manipulate land or sand can just manipulate this huge landmass like a city or a town. They can manipulate only small chunks of land, and they can use that in order to get what they want using the magic. For example, if a person person can control and manipulate water, they cannot just go forward and manipulate an entire ocean or a sea. At the same time, even though most of the series happens in London's alone throughout all these 4 different worlds, the author also makes sure to show us that there are also various different parts across all the different worlds. So as a whole, I can say that the world building in the series is the most strong element that has been really well done by the author. At last, talking about the pacing, I should say that the pacing in the series was not that consistent. In the first book, I felt that the pacing was a bit slower compared to the second and third books. In the second book, it gets a bit better, but I should say that only towards the third book, the pacing is just perfect, okay? We just keep on moving and see things happening at a very rapid pace, and it's not like the author rushes things up in order to provide us that fast pace also. She has done it in the right way in order to keep the story interesting. At the same time, she also keeps the plot moving because of some things that are happening as repercussions because of the events that happened in the first 2 books. I personally enjoyed the third book a lot more compared to the first 2 books. So I rated the first book 4 stars, the second book 4.5 stars, and the final book 5 stars. So yes guys, that was my short spoiler free review for the Shades of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab. If you've read the series, please do let me know down in the comments how you felt about it, and if you're going to read the series after watching this review, tell me what makes you interested to read the series. And if you did find this video useful in some way or the other, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends. And if you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.